राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvanda Maravinda Taksham Bhagavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundaram Kandar Agom Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Andani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Pasyan Dipan Gayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Gauranithai, 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 Jaya Gauranithai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Sri Guru Charana Padma केवल भक्ति सद्मा वंदो मोहि सावधान माते वंदो मोहि सावधान माते यहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतरियाय यहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतरियाय कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होइते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होइते गुरुमुख पद्म वाक्य चित्ते करिया ऐक्य गुरुमुख पद्म वाक्य चित्ते करिया ऐक्य और न करी हो मने आशा और न करी हो मने आशा श्री गुरु शरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ थे अविद्या विनाशयते प्रेम भक्ति जायते अविद्या विनाशायते वेदे गायया रचरितो वेदे गायया रचरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया Iveyaj Gushute Bhuvana Iveyaj Gushute Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaha Om Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Shri Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रीमद् भागवतम की, चैतन्य चरितामृत की।
Hare Krishna. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य माता भय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ISKCON beauty founder आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस शिल प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा जयु की श्री श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की समवेत गौर भक्तविंद की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की समवेत गौर भक्तविंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Sha Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangsya Shri Rupang Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitang Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanitangscha Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Desatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 1. Chapter is entitled The Spiritual Masters. We will be reading from text number 20 to 31. So from text 20 to 30 there is no purport. So we'll go through these verses, then we'll chant together verse number 31 and then we'll discuss on that verse. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Granther Arambha Kori Mangalacharan Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smaran. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Tiner smarane hai vigna vinasan, anayase hai nijo banchita puran. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Se Mangala Charana Hai Trivida Pokar, Bostu Nirdesh Ashirvad Namaskar. The invocation involves three processes, defining the object, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. Pratham Dui Sloke Ishta Deva Namaskar, Samanna Vishesh Rupe Duita Prakar. The first two verses offer respectful obeisances, generally and specifically to the Lord, who is the object of worship. Tritiya slokete kori bosturo nirdesh, ja hoite jani paratattir uddesh. In the third verse, I indicate the absolute truth, who is the ultimate substance. With such a description, one can visualize the supreme truth. Chaturtha slokete kori jagote ashirvad, sarvatra magiye Krishna Chaitanya prasad. In the fourth verse, I have invoked the benediction of the Lord upon all the world, praying Lord Chaitanya for his mercy upon all. Sei sloke kohi bajya avatar karan, pancha sashta sloke kohi mool prayojan. In that verse, I have also explained the external reason for Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. But in the fifth and sixth verses, I have explained the prime reason for his advent. Ei chhoy sloke kohi Chaitanyara tattva, ar pancha sloke nityanandera mahatta. In these 6 verses, I have described the truth about Lord Chaitanya, Whereas in the next 5 I have described the glory of Lord Nityananda. আর 2 শ্লোকে অদ্বৈত তত্ত্বাখ্যান, আর 1 শ্লোকে পঞ্চতত্ত্বের ব্যাখ্যান. The next 2 verses describe the truth of Advaita Prabhu, and the following verse describes the Panchatattva, the Lord, His plenary portion, His incarnation, His energies and His devotees. এই 14 শ্লোকে করি মঙ্গলাচরণ, তাই মধ্যে কহি সব বস্তু নিরূপণ. These 14 verses, therefore, offer auspicious invocation and describe the supreme truth. সব শ্রোতা বৈষ্ণবের করি নমস্কার, এই সব শ্লোকের করি অর্থ বিচার. I offer my obeisances unto all my Vaishnava readers as I begin to explain the intricacies of all these verses. Now we'll chant together verse number 31. সকল বৈষ্ণব শুনি করি একমন, চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ. সকল বৈষ্ণব শুন করি একমন, চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ. সকল বৈষ্ণব শুন করি একমন, চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ.
চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ.
সকল বৈষ্ণব শুন করে একমন, চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ. সকল বৈষ্ণব শুন করে একমন, চৈতন্য কৃষ্ণের শাস্ত্র মত নিরূপণ.
Vaishnavis, Sakala, all Vaishnava, or devotees of the Lord. Suna, please hear. Kari, making. Ekamana, rapt attention. Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnera, of Lord Sri Krishna. Shastra, scriptural reference. Mata, according to. Nirupana, decision. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. I request all my Vaishnava readers to read and hear with rapt attention this narration of Sri Krishna Chaitanya as inculcated in the revealed scriptures. Purport. Lord Chaitanya is the absolute truth, Krishna himself. This is substantiated by evidence from the authentic spiritual scriptures. Sometimes people accept a man as God on the basis of their whimsical sentiments and without reference to the revealed scriptures. But the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita proves all his statements by citing the Shastras. Thus he establishes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mukam karati vachalam panghul langhayate giring jat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurudinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishcharam. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is the topmost literature. Prabhupada said it's a PhD study. So I heard a story. I don't know exactly remember the reference. So I think Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada told this story. He said that if there is a big flood and a lot of water is coming, and you have to go out of your home because home is flooded, so you cannot carry anything because of water, but please carry at least 3 things: Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Still very difficult to carry 3 because water level is increasing. So you cannot carry 3, you can carry 2 things, you have to give up something. So one disclaimer clause, I am not comparing, just trying to understand the supremacy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then you can keep Bhagavad-Gita and you should carry Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then still you cannot carry because water level is increasing more and more. The weight is heavy. So you can keep Srimad Bhagavatam and at least carry Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then still water level is rising. Then it is recommended, better die in the flood, but don't give up Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that is the level of Chaitanya Charitamrita, especially to the devotees who are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada used to say, when I was in Jaladuta, my only shelter was Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first chapter. First chapter is very, very important chapter. Every chapter is important, but first chapter talks about spiritual master. And Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with Mangalacharan. That is the tradition, that is the established practice. Vyasdev also begins Srimad Bhagavatam with Mangalacharan. And Prabhupada also introduced the system of Mangalacharan at the beginning of any lecture, any class, because that is the standard practice. So here also Chaitanya Charitamrita is being started with that invocation prayers, Mangalacharan. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is analyzing in detail that 3 varieties of Mangalacharan. And what are the 3 varieties? Vastu Nirdesh, Ashirvad and Namaskar. Vastu Nirdesh means defining the object. What is the object of the subject matter of this book? Then getting the blessings. Without the blessings, we cannot do any good work. So before the Kurukshetra war, Yudhishthir Maharaj went to the enemy camp and took the blessings of Drona, Kripa, Bhishma, all the senior members. and they said, we are just waiting for you to come and you will be victorious. Because without the mercy of the seniors, without the mercy of the Gurujanas, the spiritual masters, we cannot be successful in any endeavor. So Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami at his very advanced age by the order of Madan Mohan and the Vaishnavas of Vrindavan that time. So he is telling that if we remember three personalities, three categories of personalities, Bhagavan, Guru and Vaishnavas. If you remember these three, then no obstacle can disturb our journey. So powerful. Prabhupada recommends, if some devotee is in difficulty, then he simply has to remember Krishna. Then all difficulty will go away. But the conditioned mind always finds some solution which is not according to the guideline given by Shastra. But it doesn't mean that we should not find solution. Definitely we should find solution, but remembering Krishna gives the real solution. So if someone is in difficulty, he has to remember Krishna. So here it is explained, if someone remembers Krishna, pure devotees, Vaishnavas and spiritual masters, then all the obstacles will go away. So he knew that he is in very old age, very difficult to complete Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita at this age, but he is remembering these three personalities and he was confident that he will be able to complete this wonderful service to Lord Madan Mohan. So text 31 talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the subject matter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan. There is avatar and Swayam Bhagavan. Famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam establishes this principle, the distinction between Bhagavan and avatar. Yate changsha kalapungsha krishnastu Bhagavang Swayam. So Vyasdev has explained all kinds of incarnations, and at the end he is telling that I have described all the incarnations, but Krishna is not an incarnation. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the source of all incarnation. So that concept has to be very clearly understood. Avatar and avatari. Actually there is no difference, at the same time there is a difference. Avatar has limitation in terms of what kind of activity he can do. Lord Nrsimhadev appeared. He killed Hiranyakashipu, protected Prahlad and left. Mission is over. He is out of the scene. Somebody asked question, can Nrsimhadev do Ras Leela? He is Swayam Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan, he is avatar, not Swayam Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan. So we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam what happened to Lakshmi ji when she saw that form of Lord Nrsimhadev. What to talk about any Leela? She was not ready to go near him. I said, I never saw such a furious, angry form. It's not that Nrsimhadev cannot do Ras Leela, but he will not do it because he is limited by his parameter given for that pastime. But Lord Krishna is not limited by that. That's why he is known as Leela Purushottam. Rather, he is very happy to break all the rules and regulations. Whatever he spoke in Bhagavad-Gita, he made sure that he broke all of them. By that, he is establishing that he is not bound by these rules and regulation. And he also breaks the rules and regulation to please his devotees. Krishna has only one business, how to please his devotees. He has no other business. And devotees also have no other business than to please Krishna. That is Vrindavan. Vrindavan means Krishna wants to please his devotees and devotees want to please his dearmost boy, blue boy of Vrindavan, Krishna. So Krishna is not limited. Krishna is unlimited in his pastimes also. That's why he is known as Lila Purushottam. So Lord Ramchandra is Marjada Purushottam, Krishna is Lila Purushottam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Prem Purushottam. All Purushottam, topmost. Still there is a difference. So Lord Ramchandra follows all the rules and regulations. That's why his life itself can give lot of lessons to the devotees. But Krishna's teachings in the form of Bhagavad-Gita gives us the lesson to learn in our life. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the practical example of that Bhagavad-Gita. He was thinking that I spoke Bhagavad-Gita and gave the instruction, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekang saranang braja. Aham tang sarva papebha mokshasami masuchaha. But my instruction, my Bhagavad-Gita class, which lasted for I think 45 minutes, it was a wonderful lecture, 700 verses he spoke, and it is the essence of all the Vedas. But people are not surrendering, especially in Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, theoretical class doesn't work so much. That's why Krishna thought better to practically demonstrate what I spoke in Bhagavad-Gita. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came personally and exhibited how to surrender. He showed the example of a perfect devotee, although he is the same Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sochisuta Hoilo Sei Balaram Hoilo Nitai. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Krishna is one without second, right? But to experience Ananda, bliss, you need somebody. Although he is Atmaram, but his Ananda or bliss was not fully manifested inside. So he expanded himself. That Ananda, that bliss, when that bliss takes a form, that form is Srimati Radharani. So one Krishna became two. Chaitanya Charitamrita also explains in the verse number 5, I think. Then again, these two personalities become one. Then that personality is known as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what is the special significance or special quality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratisya Namaha. Rupa Goswami, when he addresses Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, offers his obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he composed this verse, where the prime characteristics of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been very nicely established by Rupa Goswami. And what is that? Namo Mahabadannaya. Most munificent, most magnanimous, most merciful. He does not discriminate to distribute the mercy. Krishna said, Jijathamang prapaddante tangs tataiva bhajamaham. As you surrender unto me, I will reward you accordingly. So Krishna's mercy depends on surrender. But Mahaprabhu's mercy does not depend on surrender. Rather, he goes behind people to give mercy. Papi tapi joto chilo hariname uddharilo tar shakhi jagai madhai. Or to talk about taking mercy. He was beating up Nityananda Prabhu. And Mahaprabhu gave them mercy. So that is the position of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna comes to kill the demons and to protect the devotees. Pritranaya sadhunang vinasaya dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami juge juge. Three purposes Krishna comes in his incarnation, in every yuga. What are the three purposes? Pritranaya sadhunang, to protect the pious devotees. Vinasaya dushkritam, to annihilate the demons. And to establish the principle of religion. So while Lord was there in the form of Lord Ramachandra, he was in the forest, and one day he saw a big pile of bones. And he started inquiring, why? What happened? And somebody told him that man-eating Rakshasas are here, and all the rishis, munis, saintly people, those who do austerity in this forest, they are eaten up by this Rakshasa. And these are the bones of these saintly people. By hearing that, Lord Ramchandra became furious that I came into this world to protect the sadhus, but in my kingdom, these sadhus are killed like that. So he took his bow and arrow and he started searching. Where is that demon? Where are those Rakshasas? He became very angry. So Sita Devi was there, and Sita Devi's heart is very compassionate. He said, these demons are also your sons. Why you are so much angry with them? He said, no, they have killed the sadhus. It's my duty to protect the sadhus by killing them. And that is the purpose of my incarnation. Then Sita Devi said, I saw, and I am seeing also, whenever you pick up this bow and arrow, your mood changes. So please give up this bow and arrow, then you will become normal. So Sita Devi did not want to see this ferocious, angry form of Lord Ramchandra. So Lord Ramchandra, after hearing Sita Devi's request, he said, okay, whatever request you have made, I cannot fulfill in my incarnation, but I have to fulfill. So when I will come as Krishna in Dapur Yuga, that time I will follow your idea. So Sita Devi was happy, at least in his next incarnation it will happen. So Krishna appeared. Sita Devi also appeared as Srimati Radharani. Lord Ramchandra appeared. Krishna form. So you know that as soon as Krishna appeared, Kamsa became very active. That is the characteristics of Krishna's appearance. So when Krishna will appear, there will be disturbances. And Prabhupada said, that is the principle of Krishna consciousness. As soon as Krishna consciousness appears, life becomes troublesome. Don't feel discouraged by that. But Krishna assures that, Name Bhakta Pranasati, I protect my devotees. What is the meaning of protection? Protection means the pure devotional service of the devotees will be protected. Means Krishna will make sure a devotee becomes perfect in his journey and go back home, back to Godhead. That is the purpose of protection. Protection does not mean that devotee will not have trouble. Protection does not mean that devotee will not face difficulties. Protection does not mean that devotee will not die. Everything will happen. Then what is the difference? Difference is that in that process, a devotee will become perfect. And he will be eligible candidate to enter into the kingdom of God. That is the meaning of Krishna's protection. So you should not think Krishna protects means no trouble. Rather more trouble. Brajavasis were in a much more peaceful condition before Krishna appeared. Because that time Kamsa was in a dormant state. As soon as Krishna appeared and when he came to know Krishna is in Gokul, Kamsa became very active. He wanted to kill. And he used to send demons. Only few names are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. If Sukadev Goswami writes all the names, there will be another Bhagavatam. Only the main ones are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. The big ones, the most prominent ones. I was telling that every day at least 3 demons used to come. And Krishna also engaged them in devotional service. That is the mercy of Krishna. Everyone is engaged. Even demons are engaged. So Krishna used to go to the forest every day. That time there was no wristwatch to check the time. There was no mobile also to check the time. So Krishna engaged these demons in the service. So morning time, one demon, killing the demon, that is the breakfast time. Then the noon time, another demon, that is the lunch time. And late afternoon, evening time, another demon going back. So in that way, a lot of demons used to come and disturb Gokul. Nanda Maharaj was very disturbed. And Krishna was killing each and every demon which was sent by Kamsa. So Radharani started observing that he promised me that he will not kill any demon, but he is killing left, right and center. So he is not keeping his promise. So she approached that you told me that when you come as Krishna in Dapur Yuga, he will not kill any demon. Krishna said, I never said that. I said that I will not use any weapon. I will not carry any weapon. So I am following that. So in Vrindavan, Krishna never used any weapon to kill any demon. That is the way Krishna killed and managed his promise also. Very intelligent. Krishna knows how to do things. Then Radharani got frustrated. Said that it's not going to happen. He is going to kill. So out of frustration, out of compassion, Radharani entered into the heart of Krishna. And Krishna became Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Krishna, when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does not kill demons. Why he does not kill demons? Because he cannot discriminate who is a demon, who is a devotee, because he is in an intoxicated state. He is intoxicated in love of Godhead by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot kill demons because he cannot see anybody as demon. Another reason is that demons and devotees used to stay in different planets in Satyuga. Then in Dapur Yuga, same planet but different country. Dapur Yuga, same country, same state, same family. Kauravas and Pandavas. But in Kali Yuga, they become more intimate. They stay in the same body. So if Krishna starts killing, then he has to kill everyone. So he has to change his plan. So in Kali Yuga, Krishna does not kill the demons, he kills the demoniac propensity. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Prabhupada says that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not declaring that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead just like that. He is going to establish or prove based on scriptures. With scripture is the basis, Shastra Pramana. Without any reference to Shastra, nothing can be spoken. If anything spoken which is not in the Shastra is bogus. That's why Chaitanya Charitamrita also explains, Avataro nahi kahe ami avatar, Muni sab jani kahe lakkhana vichar. So how to know that this person is an incarnation? Two people are needed. Sadhu and Guru, Muni. And what is the basis? What is the reference point? Shastra. Muni sab jani kahe lakkhana vichar. Avataro nahi kahe ami avatar. What is the main symptom of an incarnation? He does not declare or does not propagate that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead or incarnation. But in Kali Yuga, that propaganda is very strong. Many gods. Prabhupada said there is a factory of God in Kali Yuga, and God is manufactured in these factories every day. And very difficult to understand who is real God. That's why real God became very, what I can say, very cautious, and he did not manifest his supremacy. That's why in Kali Yuga, Krishna does not come as God. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Channa Avatar, covered incarnation. So the first is that Avataro nahi kahe ami avatar. That is the first symptom, that an incarnation does not propagate himself as Lord. Then who will establish? The saintly people, the Munis. They will establish that this person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This person is an incarnation. How? Based on Shastra. So what is the reference about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Prabhupada writes, there is a lot of references. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is predicted in Mahabharata. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is mentioned in Upanishads. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is mentioned in Puranas. And Prabhupada quotes this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavat is the topmost pramana according to Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. So Prabhupada says that Srimad Bhagavatam explains about the incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangha Pangasta Parsadam Jaggai Sankirtanai Praye Jajantihi Sumedasa. It's a famous verse, and our acharyas have given commentaries, especially Jiva Goswami. So this verse talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam. So what is the meaning of Krishna Varnam? Krishna Varnam is referring to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How is that? Many ways these two words, Krishna Varnam, have been explained. First is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the same Varna of Krishna. Varna means social order, right? Caste, you can say. So, what is the social status of Krishna? Who is Krishna? Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Ite changsha kalapungsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. If Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Varna. So then who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is one meaning of Krishna Varnam. Another meaning of Krishna Varnam is that in the name of Krishna, that Krishna word is there. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, the same name is there, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So that is the meaning of Krishna Varnam. Another meaning of Krishna Varnam is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always chants the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the common meaning which is generally explained. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always chants the holy name of the Lord. Not alone, congregational chanting of the holy name. That is Yuga Dharma, right? We have to chant, but we have to chant together. Congregational chanting of the holy name. Nityananda Prabhu dances in congregational chanting of the holy name. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the way to South India, he was in Alarnath. And he was chanting and dancing with thousands and thousands of devotees. And Nityananda Prabhu predicted that this kind of chanting will happen in every town and village all over the world. Nityananda Prabhu predicted that time. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He chants congregationally the holy name of Krishna. That is the meaning of Krishna Varnam. Another meaning, whoever sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is reminded of Krishna. That is the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whoever saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he or she remembered Krishna. So by seeing who, remembrance of Krishna comes, that is Krishna Varnam. So in that way there are many other explanations given. These are the main ones. So that is the first aspect of this verse, Krishna Varnam. Tisha Akrishnam. But that Krishna does not have Krishna complexion. He does not have black color. Akrishna, non-black, non-blackish. But how to understand non-blackish means yellow? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Pita Varna, golden complexion, yellow complexion. So how to establish that Akrishna means yellow? It's not written yellow, it's written Akrishna. Then how to understand that Akrishna is yellow color? That's why you have to refer back. It is explained that the Lord appears in 4 yugas, in 4 different colors. Krishna appears in Satya Yuga in white color. Krishna appears in Treta Yuga in red color. Right? Red in Satya or white in red? White in Satya. Which one? White Satya, Treta, red, Dapar, black, and Kali is yellow. That is by the process of elimination, it is explained, Gargamuni explained, that Krishna already appeared in other 3 colors, and now he has appeared in black color. So Akrishna means, because it is in Kali Yuga, by the process of elimination, it is established that Akrishna means yellow color. So when Krishna appears in yellow color, golden color, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and he does not come alone. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangha Pangasta Parsadam. Sangha, Upanga, Parshad and Astra. So I'll talk about Astra. Astra means weapon. So Jiva Goswami explained Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's beauty is the weapon. By seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of our demoniac propensity will be destroyed. That is the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is his weapon. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started feeling that I am getting attracted by this beautiful, wonderful young sannyasi. And I don't know what happened. After seeing him, I am chanting Hare Krishna mantra. But he was the Mayavadi scholar. According to them, Aham Brahmasmin. He is the Supreme Lord. So, but his was telling Gopinath Acharya, I don't know what happened to me by seeing this wonderful sannyasi. I am chanting the name of Krishna. What happened? Then Gopinath Acharya said that Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They started having philosophical debate. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not in a position to accept because he said, according to Shastra, Krishna doesn't appear in Kali Yuga. That is true also. So back and forth argument was going on. Then Gopinath Acharya said that you don't have any faith, so you cannot understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Gopinath Acharya, although he did not accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he got attracted to him. Then one day, he was expressing the desire that I want to train you in Vedanta. Because in order to protect your sannyas, Vedanta is very important. Because according to that tradition, studying Vedanta is the essence of life for a sannyasi. But Mahaprabhu used to do everything other than studying Vedanta, looks like. So he used to chant and dance like a sentimental person. That was expressed by Prakasananda Saraswati also. While Mahaprabhu was chanting and dancing in ecstasy with thousands and thousands of devotees in Benares, they started thinking that he is from our sampradaya. He took initiation from Keshav Bharati. But still, instead of studying Shastra, associating with us, he avoids our association and he chants and dances in ecstasy with the devotees like a sentimental person. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also had the same feeling that it will be very dangerous for him. He cannot maintain his sannyas. And he wanted to help him. So, like a father. So Mahaprabhu liked that idea, he said, okay. So discussion started. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke on Vedanta for 7 days and 7 nights. And Mahaprabhu did not speak a word. This is called art of listening. So he was listening very attentively. Then after 7 days and 7 nights was over, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as a teacher started realizing that this student did not ask any question. What to talk about asking question, he did not speak a word. Whether he has understood or not understood, let me check. He said that I spoke for 7 days and 7 nights, he did not speak a word. I am very doubtful now whether you understood anything what I spoke. So Mahaprabhu said, I spoke each and every verse very nicely, but I could not understand your explanation. What insult to a teacher, no? So if you say that, okay, I understood the Bhagavatam verse, but I could not understand your purport. So purport is needed to make the understanding clearer. That is the purpose of Bhashya, no? That is the purpose of purport. But Mahaprabhu said that the verses are very clear to me. I understood very perfectly. It was crystal clear. But when you started explaining on that verse, it was covering the meaning, just like the cloud covers the sunshine. She got insulted. I am the greatest teacher. All the Mayavadi sannyasis, they get training from me. Then Mahaprabhu told him that please explain Atmaram verse. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya started explaining beautifully, I think in 9 different ways. Then after that, Mahaprabhu, without touching any meaning, whatever Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke, I think Mahaprabhu spoke in 18 different ways, without touching any of the explanation given by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya heard this, he said, a living entity cannot speak like that. So he must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he surrendered himself to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the Darshan, Sarvhuj, 6-handed form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So that is the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His beauty is the weapon. When he was traveling on the way to South India, by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were chanting the holy name of the Lord. And they were experiencing love of Godhead. So that is the astra, that is the weapon Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carries, his beauty. But another explanation is given that holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the weapon given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whoever chants the holy name of the Lord, given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this age of Kali, the demoniac propensity will be destroyed and divine qualities will manifest in the character of that person who takes the holy name of the Lord. So in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, helping the demoniac propensity to be destroyed and divine quality to be manifest in anyone and everyone who takes up this process. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most magnanimous incarnation in this age of Kali. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Question, comments from the senior Vaishnavas and other devotees?
Thank you, Guru. Last week we heard that a day of Brahma is 4,300,000,000 years, and then so one day and night is 8,600,000,000 years. Krishna comes to one day of Brahma, most Lord Chaitanya comes to one day of Brahma. But it seems that it's a long time waiting for the Lord. He's so merciful that, 8,600,000,000 years, you have to wait just for the Lord to appear one time in that merciful incarnation. It seems like a lot of anxiety, anticipation.
So according to you, request to Mahaprabhu to come more frequently. So we can do that appeal, but for us it's a very long period of time, but in terms of eternity, it's like a flash of a moment. So it is said that lifetime of Brahma is 311 trillion 40 billion years, and that is the one breathing of Mahavishnu. So for him is like one breathing. And Mahavishnu come from Mahasankarshan come from Mul Sankarshan, and Mul Sankarshan comes from Balaram, and Balaram comes from Krishna. So in terms of eternity, it's like a flash. But yes, in our calculation, it's a long period of time. He can change the plan if he wants, but according to the existing plan, he comes once in a day of Brahma. Maybe. That shows that devotees of Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna.
So, yes, it says that every Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is chanting the holy name. The most special gift that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, especially is Braja Prem. So in every Kali Yuga, not Braja Prem is available.
Yes.
That means that Yuga Dharma is always chanting the holy name. But then in other Kali Yugas, except this Kali Yuga where we are, one can go back to that Yuga also, but they get Vaikuntha Prem. Not Braja Prem.
Yes. That's why Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan is Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. This holy name comes from Golok Vrindavan. So other incarnation cannot come from Golok Vrindavan, they come from Vaikuntha. So therefore they have to give the name which will take them to Vaikuntha only. So that is one special feature of this Prem Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan is Prem Sankirtan, Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. And that was also explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, when Mahaprabhu was with the associates from Bengal, and it was described, who was, I think, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya or I think Prataprudra Maharaj, he was explaining, I never saw this kind of Sankirtan, and I never saw this kind of effulgent personalities in my life. Prataprudra Maharaj was telling. So then it was explained that this is not some normal Sankirtan, this is some extraordinary Sankirtan. Yes?
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, 5 minutes up. Okay. Band. It's not audible, Mataji. It was on.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Again, it's off.
Like all after Radha, when Maharaj we are going to pray to Darshan Bhagwan, heal them. So,
Speak in the microphone. Right there, like that.
Lord Narasimha Bhagwan to heal them. And Lord Narasimha Bhagwan removes all obstacles. I mean, why can't we pray this directly to Radha Shyam Sundar? And what is the difference? Why do we have to pray this to Lord Narasimha Bhagwan? It's a very small one.
Okay. So it is said that Sankirtan movement, if there is some obstacle, Mahaprabhu has recommended that Nrsingadev is going to remove that obstacle of the Sankirtan movement. So we are following Mahaprabhu. And holy name is for awakening love of Godhead. We should not pray to Radha Samsundar to give us protection. That is not the purpose of Radha Samsundar. Radha Samsundar is Lila Purushottam. He is beyond that platform. So we should experience that Braja Prem. That is the position of Radha Samsundar. So any obstacle to experience that Braja Prem, the responsibility has been delegated to Lord Nrsingadev to remove that. What?
What should we pray to Radha Shyam Sundar as aspiring devotees?
Our Mahaprabhu also showed that what to pray. Na dhanang, na janang, na sundaring, kavitang va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmaneshware, bhavatat bhakti rahaitu kitai. That is the prayer Mahaprabhu did, and we are the followers of Mahaprabhu, we should follow in the same spirit. Okay? Hare Krishna. बोलिए It is.
Hare Krishna. My name is Dharmendra Singh from Haryana. What are the best way to attract the boat?
Attract?
What's the best way to address the God, the Lord?
Best way to dress the.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's the
Best way to attract the boat.
Best way to attract the Lord, okay. So, best way to attract the Lord in this age of Kali by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You should end the class now. There are other services lined up. Hare Krishna.